Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin. Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. Wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. My brothers, my sisters, let us not beat around the bush. Let us speak the truth as it is, in the language of the Quran and the language of reality. We are standing at a juncture in history that our forefathers prayed for, that the prophets spoke about, and that the hypocrites of every era denied. We are in 2026, and what are we seeing? We are seeing the unraveling. We are seeing the collapse of the thrones of tyranny. We are seeing the humiliation of those who poked their fingers in the eyes of the Ummah for decades. When we look at Iran, we do not look with the eyes of partisanship, Shia, Sunni, or otherwise. No, we look with the eyes of the Muslim. What is happening? The fortress of the axis of resistance, the structure that was built not on the pure tawheed of Muhammad, PBUH, but on political expediency, is shaking. And when the structure that claimed to champion Palestine becomes entangled in its own internal weakness, we ask ourselves, who is really in charge? And simultaneously, we look to Al-Aqsa, we look to the blessed land, we see the plans of the usurpers, the plans to divide, the plans to normalize the occupation, the plans to erase the identity of Jerusalem. They are backfiring. My dear brothers and sisters, this is Allah's promise happening right now. We are standing at a juncture in history that our forefathers prayed for, that the prophets spoke about, that the righteous predecessors yearned to witness, and that the hypocrites of every era denied with arrogance. We are in 2026, and what are we seeing? What are our eyes witnessing? What is unfolding before us on our screens, in our news feeds, in the very fabric of the Muslim world? We are seeing something extraordinary. We are seeing the unraveling of a system that was built on falsehood. We are seeing the collapse of the thrones of tyranny that for generations sat upon the chests of the believers. We are seeing the humiliation of those who poke their fingers in the eyes of the Ummah for decades. Those who thought that they could erase the identity of the Muslims. Those who thought that the days of the caliphate were gone forever and that the Ummah would remain scattered, weak and forgetful. But Allah is Al-Qahhar. He is the irresistible. He does what He wills and no power on earth can stop Him. When we look at Iran, let us be very clear. We do not look with the eyes of partisanship, Shia, Sunni or otherwise. No, we look with the eyes of the Muslim. We look with the lens of La ilaha illallah. We look with the lens of what pleases Allah and what displeases Him. What is happening in that land? The fortress of the so-called axis of resistance, the structure that was built not on the pure tawheed of Muhammad, peace be upon him, but on political expediency, on nationalism, on sectarian interest, is shaking. It is crumbling from within. And when the structure that claimed to champion Palestine, that claimed to stand for the oppressed, becomes entangled in its own internal weakness, in its own corruption, in its own disconnection from the people, we must ask ourselves a very serious question. Who is really in charge? Is it the politicians? Is it the military commanders? Is it the foreign embassies that pull the strings from afar? Or is it Allah? And when you see the people of Iran, the ordinary men, the brave women, the youth who are tired of living under a system that promised justice but delivered oppression, when you see them standing up, when you see them crying out for dignity, do not look at them as the other. Look at them as your brothers and sisters in humanity, and many of them in faith. Their pain is our pain. Their struggle for freedom from tyranny, whether that tyranny wears a religious cloak or a secular suit, is our struggle. Because the Ummah is one body. If the eye is in pain, the whole body feels it. If the foot is broken, the whole body limps. We cannot afford to sit comfortably in our homes while our brothers in Iran are facing the weight of a system that has lost its way. And simultaneously, we lift our gaze to the blessed land. We look to Al-Aqsa. We look to Jerusalem, the city of the prophets, the land of the night journey, the first Qibla of Islam. We see the plans of the usurpers. We see the plans to divide the blessed land. We see the plans to normalize the occupation, to make the world forget that Al-Aqsa belongs to Allah and to the Muslims. We see the plans to erase the identity of Jerusalem, to scrub its Islamic history from the textbooks, to make the world believe that this is a land without a people waiting for a people without a land. But my brothers and sisters, what do we see happening? We see those plans backfiring. We see the more they squeeze, the more the Ummah wakes up. We see the more they attack Al-Aqsa. The more the love for Al-Aqsa burns in the hearts of millions of young Muslims, who have never even set foot in Jerusalem. They wanted to normalize the occupation. They wanted to make Palestine a forgotten cause. They invited celebrities. They threw money at media campaigns. They tried to convince the world that the issue is too complicated for the common Muslim to understand. But what happened? The opposite. The youth today know more about Al-Aqsa than their fathers did. The youth today know the names of the villages that were erased. The youth today know that Palestine is not a political issue. It is a matter of faith. It is a matter of honor. It is a matter of the promise of Allah. My dear brothers and sisters, when you put these two things together, the shaking of Iran and the awakening over Al-Aqsa, you realize something profound. You realize that this is Allah's promise happening right now. This is not a coincidence. This is not a geopolitical trend that the analysts on television can explain away with their maps and their statistics. This is the hand of Allah moving the pieces on the board. This is the fulfillment of what Allah said in His book, that He will indeed grant authority to the believers, that falsehood will perish, and that truth will prevail even if the criminals hate it. We are watching it with our own eyes. Do not let the noise distract you. Do not let the propaganda confuse you. Open your heart and see the signs. Allah is doing something, and we are alive to witness it.